I picked up one of these Amazon foam cannons. It's just one of the $15 ones. And what we're going to do today is we're going to test this thing out. I'll go ahead, I'll put a link to Amazon, so anyone that's interested can go ahead and purchase this. First, what we're going to do is test the foam cannon right out of the bag as is, straight from the manufacturer. Then, once we test that, I picked up a new jet. It's a 1.1 millimeter, and we're going to see if that makes a difference. The pressure washer I'm going to use is just a Craftsman pressure washer. It's 1.2 gallons per minute, 1800 psi. We're going to be using this for both tests. As far as soap goes, we're just going to use LA's car wash soap. Nothing special, just regular soap that you can get at any big box automotive store. I went ahead and I put some of the LA car wash in here, and I just filled it up to the second line. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some water in here. Went ahead and added the water. We're just going to shake it up real good and we'll get started. What I'm going to do is I'm turning the knob all the way to the right, and if you look at the nozzle, there's maybe about a 1/16 of an inch gap. We're going to start there, adjust it, and just kind of fine tune it from there. That's where we're starting. Well, here's the deal. My son, the little smartass, decided to disconnect the water hose on me while I was filming this and spraying the initial coat. So, all of that was with no water pressure. So we're going to try this again. That's actually quite a bit of foam. This is just the bottle right out of the bag. I have not swapped the water jet yet. So this is, again, just with the water jet that came with the bottle. And it's actually foaming up pretty well. It'll be interesting to see if we can tell the difference between the two. I'm going to see what turning the top knob all the way to the left does. So it seems like the more you have it turned to the right, the more foam you get. Let's try about in the middle. Again, pretty runny. So I'm going to try about an eighth turn. That's much better. Still a little runny, but better. Now this is all the way to the right. I'm going to let this run off a second. I got pretty good foam there. One thing I noticed that we have already burned through almost an entire bottle. So while it's foamy, it is using quite a bit of the soap with the water jet that comes with the bottle. So we'll have to see how the 1.1 millimeter water jet compares to this. But all in all, it's pretty good, but it seems to be burning through quite a bit of product. So my thinking is this thing must come with a pretty large diameter water jet because it is burning through quite a bit of soap. I burned through the entire bottle washing the Mustang. So what we'll do next is we'll swap out the water jet to the 1.1 millimeter and see how that does. So first thing we do is break this loose and remove that. Okay, then if you look real close in there, you'll see the water jet. And this is threaded. So you're just going to stick a screwdriver in there and turn it counterclockwise, and we're going to remove it. Okay, and there's the little jet. Here's the new one. Also comes with the new mesh filter. Alright, so here's a side-by-side of the two. And I don't know how well the opening is going to show up, but I took a paper clip, and the water jet that comes with the foam cannon is a larger diameter than the 1.1 millimeter. I can actually take this paper clip, and it's a snug fit, but it will go into the original water jet opening. The 1.1 millimeter, it won't go in. So it doesn't say what size this is, but the original jet that came with the foam cannon is a larger diameter than the 1.1 millimeter. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the 1.1 millimeter jet in, and it just drops right in place, and then you screw it in. These are brass fittings, so be careful not to cross thread it. Alright, come on. There we go. Alright, it's in there, so now I'm going to snug it up. And you do want this nice and tight. You know, just don't overdo it, because again, it's a brass fitting. If you crank on it, it'll probably strip. And next, we're just going to put this back on. I do want to mention, make sure the rubber O-ring's on there. And we're going to snug this up. Now that we have the orifice replaced, or the water jet, same thing, we are going to go ahead and we are going to replace the mesh screen that came with the 1.1 millimeter orifice or water jet. I do not know if there's a difference between this mesh filter that came with the foam cannon or the one that came with the 1.0 millimeter orifice or water jet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull the old screen out. So if you look, there's a pin here. So what you have to do is you have to get some type of pick or a really, really small screwdriver, or in this case I'm just using a little Allen wrench set, and you push this out. It's snug. It should be a snug fit. Don't lose this. You need it. So once you do that, this will slide off. And at that point, it exposes the inner tube of the nozzle. So what we want to do next is hold this and grab an open-end wrench, and we're going to turn it counterclockwise, and it'll break it loose. And at that point, you can just spin it off by hand. So the mesh screen is in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to push it through. Okay, so I just went and grabbed a paper clip, and there's the hole. And we're just going to push it out. And there it goes. There's the original one. So I'm going to put that off to the side so we don't get them mixed up. Here's the new one. We're going to go ahead and push this in. Alright, that's it. It's in. And again, I'm replacing it because I don't know if there's a difference, between the new mesh screen and the original one or not. I'm going to replace it just because it came with it, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so now we're going to twist this back on. Make sure the black O-ring's still there. You need that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to snug it up. Just snug, don't over tighten it. And we're going to go ahead and slide this back over. Okay, so I want to show this one more time because it will actually snap in place. You'll hear it pop. And you should be able to close that all the way, then open it, close it. That's how you know it's lined up properly. Alright, so now we have to push that dowel rod or pin back in. And I'm just going to use a big screwdriver on the end and push it in. And when you push it back in, watch your fingers. You want it snug. It's back in, and we're going to give it a test, and it's working like it should. Alright. One thing I wanted to mention is keep the original screen in the Orifice, because these are brass, they do wear out, the screens do clog. You never know when you're going to need it. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to order an extra 1.1 millimeter jet or Orifice and screen just as backup, as long as everything, you know, works like it should. At this point we have the 1.1 millimeter Orifice installed, and I also installed the new mesh screen. We have the LA soap up to the second line, just like the first test, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill the rest of the bottle up with water. Alright, so we have the water in there. I mixed it up real good. We can go ahead and we're going to get started. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to give this another try. I think I had error or something in my hose line, because my it was just acting weird. So we're going to give this another try. Now it looks like I have all the air out of the line, so let's see what this is going to do. Now let me adjust the pattern. There we go. The middle setting. And we're going to try the top knob all the way to the left. Let's see what that does. Like last time, that's like really soupy. So I'm going to turn it all the way back to the right. Let me adjust the pattern. There we go. The wind's kicking up, but that's all right. Actually, this is quite a bit more foam. So this 1.1 millimeter nozzle seems to definitely be creating more foam. All right, so definitely making more suds, or thicker foam, I should say. We used about the same amount of product. Went through almost the entire bottle, covering the Jeep. So overall, I think it's a worthwhile purchase. If you're going to buy this, I would definitely get the nozzle, the 1.1 millimeter nozzle with it, because it just seems to help. Definitely thicker foam. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rinse off the Jeep before everything starts drying off. Alright, so Jeep's rinsed off. I just wanted to mention again, overall it works pretty well. The foam cannon itself was $15 off Amazon. I did get the extra 1.1 millimeter nozzle. That was only $7 more. So again, the 1.1 millimeter nozzle does seem to foam better. So I think overall this was a worthwhile purchase. You guys already know some of the other foam cannons on the market, the more popular name brand ones, they're upwards of $100. I've seen I saw one for $120. So, for $15 for the foam cannon, then an additional $7 for the 1.1 millimeter nozzle, or the water jet, or the Orifice, whatever you want to call it. Definitely worthwhile investment. It's hard to beat for this, for the price. This is a brand new YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.